How do you order objects by length? Hi there! It looks like somebody has been working in the vegetable garden. Look, there's a garden hoe. It's a good tool for weeding. The shovel works well for planting seeds. The yard brush is great for cleaning things up. It looks like it's time to put these tools away. I think they should be stored in order by length. It's neater that way. I wonder if there's a way to tell if one tool is shorter or longer than another. Come on, let's find out. Rosa has an object that's longer than this drinking straw. Which of these objects does Rosa have? First, let's try the crayon. Line it up with the drinking straw. Look at the end of the straw and the end of the crayon. Is the end of the crayon longer than the end of the straw? No, the crayon is not longer than the straw, so this is not the object Rosa has. Let's try the paper clip. Line it up with the straw. Look at the end of the straw and the end of the paper clip. Is the end of the paper clip longer than the end of the straw? No, the paper clip is not longer than the straw, so this is not the object Rosa has. How about the blue ribbon? Line it up with the straw. Look at the end of the straw and the end of the ribbon. Is the end of the ribbon longer than the end of the straw? Yes, the ribbon is longer than the straw, so this is the object Rosa has. Rosa has another object. The object is shorter than this key. Which object does Rosa have? First, let's try the crayon. Line it up with the key. Look at the end of the key and the end of the crayon. Is the end of the crayon shorter than the end of the key? No, the crayon is not shorter than the key, so this is not the object Rosa has. Let's try the paper clip. Line it up with the key. Look at the end of the key and the end of the paper clip. Is the end of the paper clip shorter than the end of the key? Yes, the paper clip is shorter than the key, so this is the object Rosa has. Now compare the straw and the key. Which is longer? The straw is longer. When they're lined up, the straw is longer than the key. Which is shorter? The key is shorter. When they're lined up, the key is shorter than the straw. Let's order 3 pieces of yarn from longest to shortest. There's a missing piece of yarn that goes here. The yellow piece of yarn is the longest. The red piece of yarn is the shortest. So the missing piece of yarn must be a length that's between these two. These marks show where each piece of yarn begins. They show that each piece is lined up. These marks show where each piece of yarn ends. Which mark could show where the missing piece of yarn ends? Select the answer and then click check. That's right. The piece of yarn should end here. This piece of blue yarn ends between the yellow and the red pieces of yarn. So these 3 pieces of yarn are in order. From the longest to the next longest